What that? What they talking about? What they talking about?
Prophecy music on the beat.
People pop shit behind your back when they see you face to face. Always want to talk it out. Talk it out. Sitting there stuck and confused, trying to be cool, acting like they don't know what you're talking about. Talk about. All my niggas on point, all my niggas gon' ride. We don't walk it out. Nah. But I must be doing something right that they don't like. Cause I'm the only one they talk about. Calm and cool when I'm
Bible Talk, episode 32. It's your boy K. Jihad. We got a special guest in the building, Matt Vanzetti. You know what I mean? New album. What's going on, man? Italian made. I see the drip. You know what I mean? And by the way, I mean that's my favorite song on the album. You know what I mean? Like that song, like it just, like I can see the video and everything in my head. Like you in the mirror. You know what I mean? Just got my suit on, telling me can't seem to do wrong. You feel me? Like I can see the whole thing and shit. But yeah, man, fire album, man. You know what I mean?
Appreciate you, man.
What was the motivation behind this album?
The motivation, man, I wanted to like really create an album and a project that like fully encompassed my culture and me as a person. You know, Italian made, I made sure, because when people refer to something to Italian made or like this bag is Italian made or whatever, it usually comes with the connotation that it's high quality, that it's like made very well. And also the initials of Italian made are I am. So I wanted to encompass everything that I am as a person and then my culture as well.
Okay. Yeah, I like back to the Italian made song. In your first verse, how you like reference, you know what I mean, like Joe Pesci. You know what I mean, Tarantino, you know what I mean, I like the way, you know what I mean, you did that with all the Italian names.
Thank you.
You know what I mean, that was definitely fire. What is your personal favorite song on the album?
My personal favorite? Probably Menace, or, it honestly changes every week, but probably Menace or Ellis Island, probably.
Okay. The track Ocean. I like that song. How did that come about?
You want the real story, though? Okay, so I was high as fuck on a treadmill, and I got the beat sent from my producer. Shout out to Maz, man. He's an incredible producer. He sent me the Ocean beat, and I just came up with the melody on the spot. And a lot of the times, like at least for this project, a lot of the melodies came up just like right on the spot or in the same like session of getting the beat or whatever. And you know, I thought it'd be really dope to play on the ocean theme and you know go with the ocean references and all of that.
Okay, yeah, that's a dope album. I seen like some pics and some clips of the video. When the video dropping?
Probably in the next week. Probably gonna do some promotion for it and then just drop it.
Okay. I seen first day you did like 10,000 streams, man.
Dog, I was fucking shook. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on? And then it just kept going up, and then like, bro, like yesterday I was at the gym and I checked the Spotify plays and there was like 200 people at a time listening to it. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
I'm telling you, man, it was a good album. Like,
Thank you.
That was a great album. Like, most of the time, not even gonna lie, I listen to people, and I'm just like, all right, well, I'm listening to them for the podcast, so I don't look stupid while we talking about the album. I listen to your album, and then I listen to it again because I actually wanted to listen to the album. Man, it was a great album. It reminded me of like a movie score. Like I could. Was that your goal going into it? It was like a concept album where
I basically, not to cut you up, like I basically had the concept of, well, first I wanted it to like sound like a Scorsese film, basically.
Okay.
I wanted
That's what I was getting.
so I wanted the intro and then Menace, it kind of like leads into each other, and if you just notice by the sound of it, it gets progressively softer in sound as the album goes on, because I wanted it to be less abrasive at the end of it, because I'm talking about introspective shit compared to the beginning. But I really wanted it to sound, like I said, like a Scorsese film. Like have all these different parts to it, but all have this cohesion to it, you know. And I'm very big on versatility. I'm not. Usually, I get bored quick. So if I'm listening to a project or an album that all the songs sound similar or just alike, it's like I'm not probably gonna listen to it again. You know what I mean? Unless there's some sort of like the artist himself or herself is that like just attention grabbing to me. So I like working with different sounds.
Nah, it was good. It had a good flow to it, man. Really good flow. Every song seemed like it was placed purposely. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it was very good, man. Very good.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Yeah, it was fire, man. How would you compare this project to the Code Red project?
If I could put it in any way, Code Red was like the antipasta. It's like the little appetizer you get. And this is the full meal. You know, like I wanted to just rap on Code Red. I think there was a lot of.
I could tell too. Like you go back and listen,
you can clearly tell.
Yeah, and I think it was a lot of. I think I was wearing a lot of my inspirations too much on my sleeve, just in my opinion. This is like, I really feel like I'm getting into my own, or I've gotten into my own as far as an artist and what sound I want to portray and how I want to use my voice and as far as like the subject matter, etc. So I think this is like basically the meal. This is, you know. I
mean, I can hear the growth from Code Red to Italian Made. Like Italian Made, flow wise, you can do whatever. You know what I mean? So it's definitely growth, and that's the key now. You gotta be able to do it all, man. You know what I mean? Like I keep going back to Italian Made, so like
that was a hell of a way to start the album off though. You know what? So okay. Was you in the middle of a thought?
Nah, go ahead.
Because seriously, right? It's perfect that you said Scorsese movie, because if you look at mostly all Scorsese movies, especially when they're dealing with like the mob or Italian or whatever, they're dealing with first you meet him as a youngster, he's finding himself and seeing the drug dealer or the big mafia boss in the neighborhood is an inspiration. So in order to get down with him, you gotta do a little violence, do a little violent stuff to get noticed. And then once you get inside there, you make your way up. And the whole point of, and the big thing to get an Italian mafia culture is to be made. I'm a made man, right? But then, of course, by the time you become a made man, you're probably in your mid 40s, and you done did a whole lot of dirt to get to that point. And they always get to this like introspective moment where they like have to, go through and realize what they've done. And then just when they get made and they like, I'm about to get made, they get whacked. You know what I'm saying? Because they didn't did so much dirt behind them that when they start to think about it, it all catch up to them. And that's what this album reminded me of. Then, especially like Goodfellas, whatever, they found a dream girl, but then they do the dream girl bad, dealing with other chicks because now they worried about being a made man more than a family man. And, it was dope, man.
It definitely reminded me of a mob flick, like with the like Italian Made, and then you go to like Menace. You feel me? When I'm doing all this crazy shit, then you go to Gucci, and then I'm getting some ass. I mean, then you go to Ocean. Life is good. You know what I mean? So it definitely balances up.
The isolation song, right? Even though it had features on there, it's crazy. Now, usually, right? I hate to say it, but you're more of a local artist right now at this moment. And I didn't know who these features was. I didn't know who these dudes was. You know what I'm saying? And usually when I listen to local artist albums and I hear features, I'm like, yo, who is this nigga? I don't want to listen to him. Skip? Nah, they had dope features on here. The girl on Isolation fit perfect. You know what I'm saying? And it was like that moment where like, yo, I'm here, I've arrived, but it don't feel as good as it should feel. You know what I'm saying? Like I got all these people around me ready for me to get made because I made it here, but I'm alone. I feel alone. You know what I'm saying? Like, never mind. That is a real good album, man. Really good album.
Another track that I like. Nah. Yeah, he broke it down. Another track I like, When in Rome.
When in Rome?
Oh, yeah.
How did that track come about?
Dog, that track wasn't even supposed to be on the album. I was like talking to my producer that he executive produced it. Basically, like I bounce ideas off of him. He tell me his opinion, but I mean, at the end of the day, I had the final say. Yeah. But I sent him this track. He's like, "Yo, if you don't put this on this fucking album," because I said to him, I just wanted it as a bonus track or something after, because but I found a way to make it fit in with the track list and the theme and everything. And I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna put it on there. And it was a last minute joint. Like, if I finished this album in June, around like late June. But like this was like the last track that I recorded and wrote. And I'm like, and it seems to be a favorite as far as people that I'm talking to.
Yeah, I like that song. I think it kind of stuck in my head because when you know how when you was doing your promo video and it like skipped to each song, and that was one of them. So I think that's why I kind of like stuck in my head. Then when I was listening to the album and I heard it again, I'm like, so you kind of got me already adjusted. Yeah, I mean, to liking that song already from the promo video. But yeah, man, great album, man.
Thank you, man.
Congratulations, man. Streaming wise, all that, man. Italian made, man. Y'all gotta go stream that.
Check it out. Tidal, Spotify, wherever you can find your music, man. Go get it. Listen to it. Treat yourself. Treat yourself. If you like me and you like concept albums, great album, man.
Great album, man. But we got our guest Matt here. You know what I mean? So we gonna talk about some other albums too while we at it. Where you want to start at?
I mean, you can go to the Nas album. That's the biggest release right now. Or the Locks too.
You go to Locks.
You can go to Locks. I'm be honest with you. I listened to it in full once, and then I skipped around the next time. It didn't really live up to. I got what I got. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you really like it?
It was cool. I'm gonna tell you. So I hate Sheik. I absolutely.
Can I ask you a question? Did Sheik out-rap Jadakiss on this album?
Sheik out-rapped everybody on this album.
You think so?
It was a pleasant surprise, man. Sheik was spitting, man, on this album. I didn't like it. Was one song he was on a hook in there.
I think it was Testify, was it?
Testify. There you go. They should have got somebody else on the hook, but he was performing.
It might have been Testify. Don't quote me on that, cause I ain't said shit.
I don't know. But yeah, Kiss was kind of like.
Kiss was giving me laid back Kiss. Yeah, I mean, like I just gotta do this shit.
You know what I mean? It's like, yo, I'm here to fulfill a contract. You know what I mean? Styles did what Styles did. Styles had a couple great verses throughout the album. But Sheik was a pleasant surprise. If somebody that don't like Sheik at all, it was a pleasant surprise, man. But you know what? It was a mixtape, I guess a couple years ago, Guerrilla Warfare, something like that. He was great on that too. So I mean, I guess just over time, growth, he getting better. But Sheik's performance on there is the best thing I can say about this album. It was like, I mean, it was like a mixtape. It was kind of like a throwaway mixtape. Like, yo, y'all waiting for something? Here you go. Here you go.
Hey, Matt, did you listen to the Locks album?
I didn't even know they came out with an album.
Matt, your album was better than it.
I mean, I like the album. I like it seemed like they tried something different. They had the T-Pain feature on there. Got Jeremiah.
They had T-Pain?
They had Jeremiah on the hook.
No wonder I didn't hear this shit.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think,
T-Pain on the Locks album, though?
Yeah, that's what I said. It was alright, though. It was alright.
Yeah.
It was alright.
I love T-Pain, but not with the Locks.
Yeah, T-Pain.
Yeah, it was a good song.
It was a good song. T-Pain killed that shit.
I'll check it out.
But yeah, it was a solid album to me, man. I don't think Sheik out-rapped Kiss, you know what I mean? You know my man, he was riding me. You know he be saying Sheik better than Kiss.
That's a lie. But on this album,
he said on that, he tagged me on Facebook like, yo, Sheik is out-rapping your boy on this album.
He did out-rap JD. Like he out-rapped Kiss on this album, but he purposely like all right.
It seemed like he put all his effort in the world
exactly.
on each
Exactly.
Cause Jada was always laid back. He's still giving you the jewels, but he just wants some laid back shit.
Yeah, like Sheik gave 100%.
Yeah, every track
to match Jadakiss's 60.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Y'all think this was better than the last Locks album?
No.
The last Locks album, it gave me everything I want.
Yeah.
Gave me everything I wanted. It was a couple young boy features on there that felt like out of place. You know what I'm saying? But other than that,
I mean, but honestly, after Jada dropped Ignatius, I really don't even care about the Locks album because Ignatius was fucking phenomenal.
I still listen to Ignatius.
Phenomenal. You know what I mean? But Locks album out of 10, I give him like an 8, 7.5. I kind of liked it, man.
I'm giving that joint 6.5.
Man.
And that's merely based off Sheik rapping his behind off. If Sheik rap like Sheik from the 90s, it's a 2. Like it's a 6.5 for me right now. Now we might have to revisit this later, but for right now, episode 32 of Bottle Talk Podcast, it's a 6.5 for Jihad.
Well, moving along, we'll talk about Nas' album.
Nas
King
album
Disease.
Love it.
You do?
Love it.
It's cool.
Now see,
You thought it was just cool?
Yeah, it's cool, man.
that joint.
One thing I'm gonna say about you can't take away from Nas, that motherfucker can rap, Bob.
He was spitting throughout this
His
whole
beat,
time.
but his beats is this be like his beat selection sometimes.
His beats were dope on here.
Yeah. Like yo, Hit Boy really.
I mean, yeah, Hit Boy kind of the go-to dude right now too.
Yeah, but the thing I liked about it, Hit Boy didn't try to make Nas younger. You know what I'm saying? He didn't give him no young boy trap beats.
And that's the real definition of a producer when a producer can adjust.
Yeah.
I would have liked to hear Nas over some grimier beats though.
Me too.
Some grimier
some grimier
beats.
shit.
To your point, I feel you on that. To your point, there's a song on there, and I'm gonna look it up later. But there's a song on there. It sounds like Nipsey should have been on the song.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was a perfect song for Nipsey to kill. I don't know what happened. I don't know why I heard Nipsey when this song came on, but that was kind of a grimier beat. You know what I'm saying? It was a little harder beat than we used to hearing Nas on. But I swear, yo, it sounded like Nipsey should have been on that song.
I forget what song it was, but like it turned into a break beat and Nas just started spitting. I forget the fucking song. It was on the latter half of it. I think it was The Cure, if I'm not mistaken. But he sounded dope as shit over the break.
He started spitting that when that joint broke. I mean, you talking about when the beat changed up? Yeah. That was dope. I like the Firm joint though, man. I like that joint. Like, I mean, it was a breath of fresh air to see them. You know what I mean, back together again.
It was nice to see Nas and AZ again.
Yeah.
On a track.
Yeah, Foxy.
AZ, to what you said.
Shit like riding a bike, man.
Yeah, AZ ain't lose a beat, man. Somebody needs to sit down with AZ and figure out what happened and why AZ.
You never watched it? They got a documentary on YouTube.
Oh, I need to watch that thing. Like, I need to know why he isn't where he should be. Because lyrically, I mean, he's one of the best rappers walking earth.
Yeah.
And he just does it with ease.
I heard. I mean, that him and Nas supposed to be doing an album.
I hope, and I'm buying that thing.
Yeah.
I might go get a hard copy of that.
Do you think he got overshadowed by Nas in terms of their careers, and that's why he probably doesn't get like as much?
I don't know. But I think AZ can rap better than Nas.
I prefer AZ's.
I mean, this what I mean, like by like rap wise and shit, like rhyming and shit. Like it's easy to rhyme the last word. When you rhyme like the last turn like the last 2-3 words, like that's when you know, you feel me, like your shit is there and shit. You know what I mean? I mean, like maybe I just prefer AZ over Nas. On some joints.
I don't know. Like I always thought AZ was kind of like in his own lane.
Yeah.
Like even on the first time we ever heard him on Life's a Bitch. I mean, I don't think it's a question he out-rapped Nas.
Yeah.
And he was the only feature on the album.
Yeah.
And
you think he out-rapped Nas on the Firm track?
Yeah.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
I mean, even like he's got one of my favorite albums of all time, and AZ Addict. You know what I'm saying? And he went crazy on that. You know what I mean? But with him, he's just different kind of rapper, man. Like the way he puts stuff together is it's like putting a puzzle together.
His pockets are really good.
That's a good word. I couldn't get it. But it's pockets.
Rapper term. Yeah, we use that a lot. But I mean, 1 through 10, what you give Nas, June?
Right now I'm giving it 8.5.
And not the locks.
I think Nas outperformed my expectations, and the locks underperformed under my expectations.
I understand. Well, Nas, I mean, hopefully we get that Nas and AZ album soon.
I hope.
Hopefully.
I'm getting a CD. I ain't, you know what I mean? No stream. I'm getting a CD.
Big Sean. You heard the single he dropped with Nipsey?
That was fucking
absolute
shit.
Yo, dog. He went in on that joint. And I mean, it's always good to hear Nipsey's voice again.
It's refreshing, man. Nipsey killed that shit.
He did. He almost made me think this nigga was still living. You know what I'm saying?
Had to remind y'all real quick. Like,
oh man, listen, that thing got played 5 straight times, back to back to back.
Yeah.
Like I ain't did that since What We Do first came out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yo,
Sean's like fucking progression as an artist is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Like especially as a lyricist, like he was going off on that joint. He was going off on that joint, and then like you said with Nipsey, man.
I mean, I knew. I don't mean to cut you off. The Joan O'Connor album with Big Sean.
yeah, he out rap. What's the
I
name?
mean, I knew. The joint he had. It was just him
The
on
the
solo joint on Khaled album.
The newest one, the latest one,
Was it the latest one? It might have been the one before that.
or Major Key.
Yeah, on Major Key.
On Major Key, I thought he out
That
rap.
was the joint he had.
Oh, outright Kendrick.
Yeah. What was the one that he had? Was it the one? Was it Major Key? I don't know, but Sean was going off. But I think this album he's about to drop, I think this is gonna be his one. Cause usually like the first Detroit was fire. I ain't even gonna hold you.
You see the features on this fucking joint? You got Dave Chappelle, Stevie Wonder. Then he had Boys. Oh my god.
All I had to see was voice. I mean, I love Dave Chappelle, but I mean, like, all I had to do was see.
I think this is gonna be his one. This
might be his blueprint.
Yeah.
This might be,
Yeah, I mean, cause Sean always was a dope ass lyricist, rapper, but it seemed like sometimes.
Party with Sean.
Yeah, sometimes. I was fucking with Sean for a minute.
I mean, he got, like I said, he got progressively better. So like, it wasn't until I decided where I was like, all right, I'm a fan of him. Like I could listen to a whole album of his and really fuck with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't. You know what? The same criticism that people had about Freeway back in the day. His voice, he could say the greatest in the world, but I couldn't hear it because I couldn't get past his voice. It just sounded dumb to me. And then one day, right, it's probably like 2014, I'm driving home. Now, this dude been out since, 2011 at this point. Mm-hmm. I'm driving, and Guap came on. Fam, it's in like my ears opened up, and I actually like heard what he was saying. I was like, yo.
He was more like the punchline simile, but then he's to a level where he's advanced at that shit.
Yeah.
Like he took that shit to a whole nother level. Like
he also has better energy on the track.
Yeah, like instead of being so laid back.
Yeah. He sounded like he was like half asleep on track.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. When you first heard Sean, when was your first time hearing him?
Somewhere around 2010, 2011. Somewhere around there.
How about you, man?
When I first started working in Newcastle.
It was either that joint where it was just ass on the hook 80 times.
Yeah, with Nicki Minaj.
Yeah, it was either that or wasn't it on Click with Good? I think that was the first time I heard it.
With my Click.
Yeah. That and Mercy. Yeah, that was my first time hearing it.
First time I seen Sean was the Good Music Cypher, BET.
Yeah. So that was around the same time because I heard some freestyles from him, and then I heard that.
Yeah, that's the first time I heard him.
Was that like Grammy Family joint?
The Grammy Family?
Yeah, was that the Grammy Family?
No, that's Kanye and Consequence, Grammy Family.
Okay.
I take the pics in front of the camera. You talking about that? Yeah. That's Consequence and
But they did it as like a freestyle kind of thing, and I thought that's where the song came from. Yeah. Okay.
Nah. That wasn't the BET Award.
It was a cipher though. I'm with you though.
It was a cipher. It was Pusha T, Common, Big Sean, Side the Prince, and Kanye.
So yeah, it's the same one. So they wasn't talking about Grammy. So it wasn't.
They wasn't Grammy Family beat.
Okay.
Nah.
Okay.
I thought you were talking about the beat. I thought you were talking about the actual song.
No. You said what's the beat, bro? Right?
Nah. It was the cipher beat.
And it was something. But anyway, it was a cipher, and then there was a couple freestyles I heard from him. That was the first time I heard Big Sean.
Yeah.
And then the next time I heard him was My Last. That song My Last.
That's
like
my shit
My Last.
to this day.
Yeah. That's the first time I heard him on an actual track. But yeah.
If you're in a bad mood, My Last. You know what I mean? Bring the beat back.
But like I said, I didn't catch on until like 2014 when I heard WAP. After it came out, I heard WAP, and I'm like, yo, did anybody catch what I just heard? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, he doesn't rap the.
You don't remember Burn with Meek?
I had to go back and catch up on that because all I wanted to hear was Meek.
Yeah.
He was just like kind of like elevator music once he came on.
Yeah,
but then I went back and I'm like, yo.
He always been talking that shit.
Yeah.
You might not have liked his voice or how he said it, but he always been.
I mean, I get past that now, like, you know, but yeah, I look forward to every project he put out.
Yeah, I fuck with Big Sean.
Yeah, I'm a fan.
Can't wait for Detroit 2 to come out. You know what I mean?
That's my one thing. I'm a little scared because it's 21 tracks.
21? See, 21 in 98 was great.
That was regular album.
21 in 2020. Right. He trying to be Chris Brown out here, man.
Let's forget Breezy dropped what do you have, 50, 40 tracks for that?
41 album, what, 50 the next album?
Motherfucker just giving throwaways like
yeah, wow.
Straight.
I mean, I'm gonna listen to it all though. I'm listening to 21. See what he got.
Now she only 21 and she is savage. Big Sean, we looking forward to Detroit 2. What else you want to talk about, Cuzzo?
I mean,
oh man, Wakanda.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, man. There was a devastating loss. We just keep taking losses. We just took mad L's. Like,
shit fucked up.
The black community is taking a whole lot of L's in 2020, dog. We started the year, we done lost Black Mamba. Now we lost Black Panther. Like,
yeah,
come on,
crazy,
man.
yo.
Come on, man. This.
And the thing about it, like, when he was like taking a pic, they were showing pictures of him skinny. I thought he was like getting ready for a role.
Yeah, me too.
I didn't know he was sick. Cause I thought he was doing like some 50 shit. You know what I mean? Like, you know how 50 lost all that weight for the role and shit.
If you remember, the internet was clowning him.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Listen, I ain't gonna lie, I did. When I saw him at the All-Star game, I said, yo, my man out here looking like Anita Baker. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I didn't. I'm like, yo, where is this coming from? You know what I'm saying?
I thought he was about to do a role and shit.
Hey, look, man, I don't know what was up, but he wasn't looking right. And I'm like, yo, so that was like the harshest I did. Other than that, I'm like, yo, like, I hope he on the roll. I hope he all right. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was one of the few actors out there where you actually like care about him. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, like, if Denzel was to get sick, man,
I didn't know he was that old.
I mean, I'm hurt.
Huh? I didn't know he was that old.
How old was he?
I ain't 43.
Yeah.
He did not look 43.
I thought he was in his 20s. Like, in Black Panther, he looked young as hell.
He looked young, but I didn't think he was in his 40s though. And then he gave an interview and he said something about, it was when the New Edition movie came out, and he was like, yeah, I remember being 16 when they had the comeback. And I'm like, the comeback was 96. Nigga, he was 16 in 96.
Yeah.
That's when I realized, hey, yo, he might be 40 now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, Lucky Day,
Oh yeah.
35.
Lucky Day makes 35-year-old music though. I love Lucky Day though. Oh word.
What was the 42 movie?
Jackie
That was
Robinson.
2012.
2012,
And he played James Brown, right?
Yeah. So no, that was 2011.
2011.
The 42 movie was 2011. Then James Brown was 2012.
Okay.
And then you know. But go ahead.
Cause he looked young as fuck in that movie.
Yeah.
Like I thought he was like 20, 21 in that movie.
I remember seeing him in my mother-in-law watches what is those daytime shows, them soap operas, and I remember seeing him in one of them soap operas.
Like Days of Our Lives or some shit.
In one of them shows, one of them.
General Hospital.
That's when I first saw him. In one of
Yeah.
them, and then again in 42. But
Yeah.
I
I
mean-
was just watching this shit, 21 Bridges.
that's a good movie,
That's a good
man.
flick, yeah.
That was a good movie. But it's like, yo, like you know how strong you gotta be to have cancer, battle for 4 years, and knock out those movies that he did in 4 years,
Yeah.
and then you hear all the producers and actors that acted with him in the movies, and they like, yo, we had no idea he was even going through that.
Yeah.
He was doing the stunts, he was doing all this and that. We had no idea he was going through it. And then one of his co-stars on the Five Bloods, Spike Lee movie on Netflix, was like, yo, like he feel bad now because he misjudged him. He thought he was a diva on set. He was like, yo, every time he would, finish a scene, he would go and he would have a massage therapist massaging his back.
Yeah.
Then he would have somebody massaging his, he had one of the Asian ladies massaging his feet and his legs. Then he'd be holding his wife's hand with his head down. And he was like, yo, like.
So he was going through pain.
Yeah, he was like,
You
dude's a
gotta
diva.
think.
And then he said just to figure it out later, he had to get massages to keep from getting blood clots.
Yeah.
He had to keep his blood flowing. That's why he had to get massages, or it was gonna be the end for him. You know what I mean? And he was like,
Because
he
I heard
broke
even
down.
on top of that, he was visiting cancer patients, like kids in the hospital, like during the filming. So like that's crazy, man. I didn't want to believe that it was true when I saw it. I thought it was fake.
My mother-in-law woke me and my wife up. It was like 11 something. You know, we old heads.
And he was fighting all that shit. You
Yeah.
gotta think Civil War, Black Panther,
Endgame,
Endgame,
21 Bridges, Five Bloods.
all them movies.
Damn, there was a couple other ones he did too. In the course of that.
That's crazy.
Letter to a King.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Like they say, you never know what somebody's going through, man.
Yeah. And just the fact that, I mean, you got to give a shout out to his friends and family, man, for keeping that
love.
secret, man.
Yeah. Especially when you're in the industry.
Yeah. We ain't know nothing.
Yeah.
Ryan Coogler didn't even know nothing.
Wasn't he battling for like 4 years too?
4 years.
Yeah, 4
Like
years.
for them to keep that secret.
Mm-hmm.
That's loyalty right there.
Yeah. You don't even get that from regular people, let alone, dudes in the public eye. That's crazy, man.
Yeah, it's 2020 just been a fucked up year, man. Between Corona and then just losing people left and right, you know what I mean? Not even, you know what I mean, the celebrities, you know what I mean? Just police brutality, you know what I mean, period, you know what I mean? So it's just been a fucked up ass year, man. Like, it's like we can keep talking about this shit, but I'm getting like it's just like
It's so crazy now that it's almost normal.
Yeah.
That sounds terrible, man.
It's desensitizing.
Yeah. Like
it's like
Oh.
damn again.
Yeah.
I never do it again.
Yeah.
Like, how often do we have to keep seeing this for a breakthrough to happen? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And then it's like right in front of us, you see the young white kid went to the march or whatever,
Yeah.
and sprayed that joint up.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, how you just allow this young kid to walk past the police? And they gave him water, but he walked past him with an AR. He looked like a kid.
Yeah.
obviously this is a majority black event going on right here. Not saying that white people ain't allowed to go, because if you looked at with the George Floyd marches, the majority of them people was white in there, marching.
Yeah.
But it's like, yo, honestly, what needs to happen, and I hate that it comes to this point, but what needs to happen is, yo, man, black people gotta stop marching unarmed, man. We gotta stop marching unarmed. Huh? But I say this, but check this out, right? Check this out. If you're black, your skin color is already a weapon. Mm-hmm. So if your skin color is already a weapon, they'll never not see you unarmed.
Yeah.
You have nothing to lose, man. Like if a white cop who's probably been bullied all through high school gets a job as a cop, and now he got a gun, and he's fearful, and your black life is threatening to him already. I'm sorry, man. It's threatening already.
Yeah.
You're never not going to be a threat. Like, what do you have to lose? But they're already shooting us for no reason. Okay, well, it's just going to be a bloodbath out there. You're gonna have to do what you gotta do, man.
Yeah, man.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Like they said, man, we know all cops ain't bad, but y'all just fit the description. Yeah, man. It is what it is. You know what I mean? We don't see enough cops standing up.
Do you really feel that statement that all cops aren't bad though?
I don't think all cops are bad. I don't fuck with the police at all.
No, where I'm getting at is like, if you have no cops that are willing to stand forth and they don't get fired for standing forth, does that mean that there's good cops though? You know what I mean? Because it's like there's this mob mentality at the end of the day. It's like they have this idea they got to protect their own, when that's not how it should be.
I don't think all cops are bad, but I think it's something that's coming up from the higher ups for the motherfuckers to keep their jobs. Like, y'all better not go out there and say anything about nothing.
But that's the thing. It's like,
you know what I mean?
Good cops are called dispatch.
Yeah.
They want to sit behind the desk and just put information.
That's the good cops.
But see, to your point though, like, let's look at the Breonna Taylor situation.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody say, oh, justice for Breonna, arrest the cops that killed Breonna. Truth be told, you can't arrest the cops that killed her. I'm gonna tell you why. Because them dudes was foot soldiers. They was just carrying out an order. Mm-hmm. You can't arrest them. You gotta arrest the dude that gave the order. Yeah. And the dude that gave the order is right down the hall from the dude that's supposed to prosecute.
Yeah.
That ain't happening.
I think that
the ADA is not going to prosecute. I forgot.
I think that was
the commissioner.
I think that was some crooked cop shit going wrong.
It absolutely was. It absolutely was.
They hit the wrong house.
Asleep too.
Yeah, they hit the wrong house. They ran in the wrong house.
And then now
and they wasn't fucking dressed in what, all black and shit.
Yeah. Didn't announce themselves, which it was a part of, which is why you gotta know who the hell you voting for in these local elections, because it was a part of a no knock break-in, like no knock arrest.
Yeah.
Nah, you can't agree to that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta know who you voting for to know what values they have, because I'm not voting for no dude that would sign off on an order that they could just bust in my house at random. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, and then they want to say, oh well, they want to justify the killing by, oh well, he was, it was drugs coming to the house. Fam, I don't care if he was cooking crack when they bust in his house. He was in his house. He was in his house. And the thing that needs to be said is, fam, guilty people don't need to be getting shot either.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah.
Man, we could talk about this all day.
Forever,
man.
But Matt, I'm glad you're here. Album extremely dope. look forward to listening to it again.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna bang that joint tonight. Smoke me a cigar, you know what I mean?
Man, look.
Sip some yak.
Yeah, I gotta do my inventory of albums that came out in 2020, man. But this might be my personal album of the year.
I appreciate it.
Yeah,
Dope
man, I
album,
really
man.
enjoyed that.
Bottle Talk, man. Episode 32, man. It's your boy K, Jihad, Matt, man. Glad we had you. Make sure you stream his album Italian Made. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and make sure you shop BottleLifeMerch.com, man. Cop all your gear. You already know.